Hello, I'm Jacob. This is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of comparing knives in the YouTube community and the table of destruction here. When this channel started, I watched a lot of knife reviews. I can't watch any knife reviews anymore, but I watched a ton of them. And what I noticed was a lot of people saying, "This knife is great. It carves great, it chops great, you should buy it." Okay, compared to what? "This knife is great" tells me nothing, which, by the way, this is a Work Tough Eldris, and this knife actually is great, and I'll have a video up on it. But it does not give me any context. If you tell me that this ferro rod is great compared to what? How do I know? How do I determine what it is that you're saying? This led me to creating this channel and to eventually creating the table of destruction, where for chopping knives, I have over the years developed a method that I believe is quite accurate for testing the chopping capability of various knives. And I try to test knives that are as close as possible to each other. I've got one chopping comparison coming up where all of the knives will be between 15 to 17 inches and between 22 to about 26 ounces. And so the reason for that is if you have two knives from different manufacturers or even the same manufacturer, and you would use them for the same tasks and they are about the same size, you might want to know which one you should buy, which one's going to perform better for the tasks it was designed for if they're both designed for the same tasks. Now, for most of my viewers, this will make perfect sense. But for people in the knife community, it ruffles some feathers. A knife has become less of a tool and more of a status symbol, especially in the bushcraft and survival and general outdoorsman community. And people don't want to see their knives compared against other manufacturers, or and people don't want to see their favorite knives compared to other manufacturers' knives. Now, I own Exodus Knife and Tool, and I feel exactly the opposite. If a channel of this size came to me and was like, "I'm gonna compare it to these knives that are just like it," dude, freaking get me on board. Because I'm proud of what I've designed, I'm proud of what Mineral Mountain Hatchet Works has built, and even if they don't get the most views, I want to see the results, and I'm going to share the results myself and make sure that that video gets out there. I'll tell you right now that a lot of companies don't care about that. A lot of companies are only going to send knives to YouTube channels that are going to get them the most views and are going to read off the manufacturer's descriptions, tell you what the manufacturers tell them, and then they're going to turn around and they're going to sell the knife brand new. Trust me, I know. I used to buy knives from other channels in like new condition. Nothing around this channel lasts in like new condition very long. In fact, for my initial reviews, they usually have more use than some of these other channels' knife reviews. But the head-to-head comparisons, if a person is actually going to use their knife, are absolutely vital to the bushcraft and survival community, to new people to this whole genre, and to people who are really getting out there and using their products. It's not about bashing on any manufacturer. It's not about bashing on any knife design or designer. It's about showing the strengths and weaknesses of multiple knives that are designed to fulfill the same role. And I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you companies that are interested in seeing their knives go head to head with the competition. Work Tough is one of them, all right? They are based out of Taiwan. They do incredible work, and they make an incredible product, and they know it. They'll go head to head with anybody. Mineral Mountain Hatchet Works, Ted Frizzell. All right, those guys have been making knives since, I believe, 1980. They are tough as crap, and he knows it. And he knows that they're designed right because he uses knives. He's a knife guy. And Mineral Mountain Hatchet Works is ready to throw down. SE Knives, no questions asked, lifetime guarantee. They're not afraid to throw down, I guarantee you that. They share negative reviews about their products because they just want good information and honest opinions to get out there. They are the most real, down-to-earth people I've met. I'll tell you right now, which I shouldn't, who isn't. Tops Knives does not give a donkey crap about real-world testing or showing real-world results as compared to other manufacturers, and neither does Ontario Knife Company. I mean, with Ontario Knife Company, maybe it makes sense because they sell knives so freaking cheap that you just have to buy them anyways. I'm afraid that they're going out of business, to be honest with you, because they don't understand how all of this works, regardless. A lot of companies out there have become literally offended that I would have the audacity to show their knives perform head-to-head with other knife manufacturers that are similar. And I'll tell you right now, I haven't seen this in a long time, but I saw it recently. I haven't had to deal with this. People do too. People are like, why would you compare those knives? They look completely different. That's like comparing apples, oranges, and onions, someone said yesterday. Well, look, you frickin' retard. All of these knives are the same length. They're the same weight. They're designed for the same thing. They're gonna feel the same on your belt. They're gonna feel the same in your pack. They're gonna feel the same on your pack. So how can you not understand how they'd be compared? They're not apples, oranges, and onions. If anything, they're freaking onions and garlic and something else aromatic that you would use to cook in the same freaking recipe. And a lot of people out there want to know how they stack up, and they should know. So here's what I gotta say. If you enjoy seeing honest knife reviews, consider sharing this video with your friends, hitting that subscribe button, giving me the thumbs down because it helps my my videos get seen, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. We'll talk about it. But at the end of the day, I work really hard. I have a lot of experiences through the military, survival. I did the Alone boot camp. I know all of the Alone guys. I've been to Randall's adventure training. I do a lot of stuff, and I use a lot of knives. Very few of the people who get butthurt about my reviews have had an opportunity to use half of the knives I've used, let alone using knives back to back, directly one after another, to compare the differences and how different edge thicknesses and grinds affect how the knife chops, how the knife carves, how the knife makes feather sticks, how handle geometry works. This is why I design knives, by the way, is because I've had all of this experience with such a vast number of knives, and freaking a lot of crap out there just doesn't work right. It just isn't right. But I'm trying to share that with other people because when I got started in this, I had to experience a lot of buyer's remorse. And I would like people who are new to this whole community to be able to avoid that experience. I would like people to not have to be like, man, I'm using this knife and it just doesn't seem like it's working right. It's killing my hand. This thing sucks. Let's create a community environment of education, because as a whole, if all of our new people become educated and have a better time out in the woods, they're going to spend more time out in the woods, and it's going to be better for all of us. It's a win-win situation. That's the goal. The goal is the community. The whole sheepdog thing, people say I shouldn't call out phonies like Dave from Ultimate Survival Tips because it hurts the community. No, Dave hurts the community. The people who are saying nothing hurt the community. The people who are out there telling the truth and trying to help the community by helping them from making poor decisions because they were lied to, you know, that's going to save them heartache and ideally help them to have more fun outdoors and come together closer. All right, so that's the goal. That's all I gotta say, really. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.